Hello guys, Kachuba here, back with another video. Okay guys, so today I just want to add my 2 cents regarding this issue of the Open Chats podcast, right? And what they said regarding colored people. Guys, okay, so let's start here. You see, when issues like this happen in South Africa, this is when now you really need to keep a level head, right? Because these are the type of things that raise high emotion, right? But it's very important that there are some level heads. So let's deal with the first issue, right? What they said was wrong, right? So let me explain what was wrong. When they first said colored people are crazy, I didn't like that. When they said that this thing of people doing stuff with their cousins is a colored thing, I didn't like that. All right. Why didn't I like that? Because both those things are not uniquely colored, right? We all have heard stories of people who have done things with their cousins. In the black race, for example, I'm sure they are in the white race or Indian people and all of that, right? So to make it seem like it's a uniquely colored thing, to me, that's off, right? I don't know why they even look, unless there are certain stereotypes that exist that have not reached me, but I've never even heard such a stereotype where it said that that type of thing is uniquely colored. To me, that was just something else. So that was wrong, right? And I heard that they apologized, but I have a feeling that it's like the Nsigi Mazwai thing, whereby people are only apologizing because they are now in trouble, just like how she's apologizing because she's being sued by Euphonic, which then means that she probably doesn't really mean the apology or what she says in the apology, right? So I think a more formal apology is required here. And remember, we're dealing with South Africa here, a country that has had race issues in the past. So comedians have a pass when it comes to these type of things, to make jokes and all of that. But unfortunately, normal civilians need to tread carefully when they talk about such things, right? Because realize this: it's very possible that these guys, when they said this stuff, their intention was not to harm when they said it, but the mere fact that they said it caused harm. So by virtue of that alone, an apology is due. You see? So it was wrong. And I just want to mention that personally, I grew up in the Indian and colored neighborhoods, right? Where I grew up in KZN. So I've got a very soft spot for colored people. I actually really love colored people, right? I haven't been exposed to the Cape colored people, right? Because the colored people where I'm from have told me that the cultures are very different, right? For example, the colored people I'm exposed to are Roman Catholic Christian, most of them, right? And apparently the colored people in the Cape are mostly Muslim, you see, so there are some differences. And apparently there's even an internal beef among the colored people, those from the Cape and those from the other parts of the country, but that's neither here or there, right? I just wanted to give that background or my background a bit, right? And I'm not saying it was wrong what they said just because I've got this history with colored people. No, it was wrong. Just like how everyone else is busy saying it was wrong, right? It was just wrong. Then the other thing is, I'm starting to see something that's happening here now, like whereby people are saying that people, it's almost like people want these podcasters destroyed now. They want their podcast destroyed. See, at that point, I'm starting to think that it's no longer about this issue. I think there's a tinge of jealousy now here, right? Remember, these kids, fine, above 18, but still kids, right? Said something that was wrong, made a mistake, essentially. Why do I say it's a mistake? Because they've apologized. If they didn't feel it was a mistake, they wouldn't have apologized, right? I'm assuming, you know? But I guess there is a part of them that realizes that this thing was wrong. A more formal apology is needed, right? And I hope for their sake it comes. But the way people are going at the podcast now, they are no longer going at this issue, what they said regarding this issue. I have a feeling a lot of people are now jealous that these people built something that is successful. And those people, I'm not for all of that. Right? People make mistakes, guys. People make mistakes. I'm not sensitive like that. Right? It happens all the time in South Africa where the K word is used by a person here and there, but I'm not out here saying this person must be sent to jail for it. The mere fact that a person calling another person the K word can result in them going to jail, to me, is still weird. Just a fucking word. If a word affects you so much, to me the problem is with you, especially if you're an adult. It's one thing if you're saying it to a child, right? But if you're saying it to an adult to adult, and you get affected by what an adult said to you, really? Let's be honest. Been called the K word plenty of times. Just flies by. Oh, okay, whatever. So I'm not affected by rubbish like that, you see. So I'm very iffy when it comes to those type of things, whereby we now allow, it's almost like we let our emotions get the better of us. Let's not do that. These people must apologize, and once they apologize, I would advise those who were offended by this to just move on. It's life. It's a small thing in the bigger scheme of things, right? You still have bills to pay. You still have things to do. You understand? Don't stop letting your emotions rise for useless things like this, right? It's a useless thing. It's not a big thing, just like how when Vicky Momberg used the K word was not a big thing for me at all. At all. Like, at all. And I mean it when I say this. At all. So guys, you can tell how advanced the person is by the level of issue that affects them. If you're being affected by road rage when you're driving a car, you're screaming, someone turns in front of you and almost hits you and you scream and all of that, the problems you're dealing with in life are very small. When you have really big things you're dealing with in life, right, small things like road rage won't affect you. Small things like a podcaster who is a lighty, right, saying some stuff about your race won't affect you. I'm just saying, look inside and ask yourself, are you really happy with your life? Are things going the way you'd love them to go if something so small has found a way to agitate you so much? That's all I'm saying, guys. That's the other thing. Then the other thing is, okay, so people have been saying, a lot of black people, I noticed, have been saying that colored people are more racist than even white people. So they have no sympathy or empathy for colored people going through this. They're not saying the podcasters did well by saying what they said, but they are basically saying that colored people are getting a dose of their own medicine type of thing, right? Well, now that type of mindset is rubbish as well. It's rubbish, because now we all know that as soon as something that has race in it happens in South Africa, black people are the first ones to scream about it, the first ones to make a big hoo-ha about it, right? And personally, I believe black people are the most racist people, not just in South Africa, globally. I just believe that black people are the most racist people. We've associated race with the person who was the oppressor before. No, that's not the definition of race. Race is not defined on who oppressed who. Race is defined on a particular race having issues with another race, regardless of the history between those races. It's that simple. I'm black, hung around a lot of black people, know a lot of black people, right? consume content with black people are racist. Not all, obviously. Guys, when we speak like this, we're not talking about all. I wouldn't have the arrogance to say all. That would mean I know every human being on earth. No, right? We're talking about a huge chunk of people. A lot of black people are cuck racist. You see? So when black people start screaming that another race of people are racist towards them, I can't take that seriously, because I know black people are racist. You see? So it's them getting their own medicine type of thing, right? But I don't take that seriously, because in my mind, as I said initially, stuff like that wouldn't affect me, right? It wouldn't affect me. If you think black people are the K word, and you including me in that, well, good for you, buddy. I'm gonna buy a McDonald's meal and have lunch. Are you coming with me? So I can buy you one as well. You see, so to me, I really have big things that occupy my mind, and stuff like this cannot come in there and have and give it space. You know, when you talk about RAM in a computer, right? Random access memory. I don't allow stuff like that to occupy my RAM in my head. You know, so the black people who are claiming that colored people are very racist. Colored people are racist. I know that. You see, colored people. A lot of colored people suffer from this thing of wishing they were white. Operative word. I said a lot. I didn't say all. Suffer from this thing of wishing they were white, but so they seek the validation of white people. But white people have never fully accepted colored people, because to white people, colored people are a reminder of their flaws. The fact that the white person in South Africa claimed that black people are subhuman and but colored people are the evidence that the white man was fornicating with the very same black people that he said A, B, C, D about. You see? So that's how white people have always looked at colored people. Yet a lot of colored people still today still seek the validation of white people. You understand? Which is sad, I guess, because that's not cool, right? You shouldn't be seeking anyone's validation. Doesn't matter what their race is. The only validation you should be seeking is God's validation. Are you making God happy? It's that simple when you're living your life. So that's what it is. I hope that my colored people, because I really have an affinity with colored people, I hope they get over this thing quickly. It's a small thing, right? It's a small thing, and most importantly, I hope they don't think that most black people have issues with colored people, because they don't really. Just like how most colored people don't have an issue with black people, right? I know they don't. You see, so these are just people on the fringes, man. If these lighties from this podcast are racist, they are also just people on the fringes. Unfortunately, they have a platform, right? But the whole thing of destroying them, that's, to me, that's weird, right? I mean, how do we say we're teaching by destroying? No, there must be a consequence, yes, but don't destroy their podcast that they've built. So when you build a restaurant, right, and by mistake someone comes there to eat, right, and they get food poisoning by mistake, and they almost die even, right? But it was a mistake, a once off. Does that mean we must destroy your restaurant? No ways. Life can't be like that, right? Everyone is allowed to make a mistake. What the most important thing is, you must learn from the mistake as the person who made it, and hopefully other people can learn from that mistake as well, right? Because the big thing for me is we're not talking about 35-year-olds here, 40-year-olds, or 45-year-olds, or 50-year-olds. We're talking about young people here, man. So really, can you really crucify? And I understand when I say young, they're above 18. So in terms of the law, they are full adults. I get that. But I'm just saying, right, these are young people. This could have been said by anyone. It could have been said by a black person, a white person, an Indian person, a colored person, a Chinese person, anyone could have said this. So don't look at this and think it's uniquely black. No, it isn't like that. I hope the people in the podcast apologize though, like a genuine apology, a written apology. Even better if they were to make an episode whereby they really apologize. What would even be better is if they invited a colored person to talk to, you know, and just show some proper remorse, basically, you know. So anyway, guys, it was just that, just giving my little bit of piece there. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment, definitely comment, and subscribe and like the video. It helps push it, you know, further. And I'll be bringing more videos, guys. Till the next one. Cheers.